All right, I'm here with Caleb of DriverVerified. How are we doing?
Great. Great to be here.
You and I have seen each other about 3 times this week, I think, at different events. So, I want to talk to you. Guys had some stuff going on at the event the other day. Do you remember there was an important question there of how people were keeping things up? You guys must have just been brewing. I know it. So tell us in the way that the insurance looks at it and getting documents, and I think it's letter for hire is what you guys were talking about, right?
Yes. The letter of experience is kind of the letter of experience issued by an insurance company is kind of the gold standard of proving your experience as a driver to the insurance company. But getting that letter is a challenge. And I mean, there's a variety of reasons for that, but it can be difficult to get as a driver normally. And then once you leave a job, it's even that much more difficult to get that letter.
And how important is that letter for the insurance people?
It is to prove particularly to prove your experience for the past year. Past 3 years. It's very important. Yeah, basically that's the only thing that they'll accept as definitive proof. But then there's other supporting documentation that you can add to that if you don't have a letter of experience for each kind of job experience that you've had over at least the past 3 years. I mean, but obviously more is better as far as the further back you can go.
Yeah, so even if you didn't have it for every job that you missed, having an older one will show that you had experience, right? And then maybe you miss a year, but you catch up.
Absolutely, yes. And especially keeping those letters of experience from the insurance company, I would just keep them indefinitely. I mean, they're the gold standard for now that they're looking for. And so as a driver, you need that to get added to a policy. The insurance company is bound by rules that they have to file with the government, where they'll get fines if they don't achieve those rules. And so that's kind of where the rule comes from. Then the insurer has that rule, then that gets passed down on to you, the driver.
And so, of course, most of us would put them in a filing cabinet somewhere that if you looked at my filing cabinet, you'd go, okay, I still can't find it. So probably that's the best way to get into an online platform.
Absolutely, yes. If they save it with DriverVerified, it's free to sign up. There's no subscription cost. You just can kind of manage and create your own driver file. And then when you need the information, it's all there, because that's a challenge. You have to think ahead here, even if you might be really happy and not planning on leaving anytime soon. But it's just a good kind of protection for yourself as the driver, and even just to have that information. I mean, in the event of an accident, the company they're going to protect you, and they're going to also be looking after their liability. But worst case scenario, if a driver ends up with a criminal conviction, that's not to do with the company. That's the driver's responsibility. And in that case, having all your own driver files accessible, having proof of your training, that's a huge one. I mean, a lot of companies do have, good safety culture, do a lot of training, even whether it's annual training, biannual training, or more. But they often don't give proof of that training to the drivers. So we encourage drivers, ask for a copy of it if you can, and just get any kind of proof that you can of ongoing training, because that's all going to help you down the road, whether it's applying, whether it's defending yourself, proving your experience to an employer, to an insurer. It's all valuable to you as a driver.
And a lot of people, I know for myself, I used to get tons and tons of, I was in a safety thing where we went into plants. So we had all these cards. I had a whole binder full of cards, yes, which would have been great. And I've got them all on my resume. They're expired, of course, because I haven't done that for many years. But it still shows that training was there and something that was relevant. So it's important to do. What else is going on with DriverVerified?
So now you can also get your government reports through us as well. We started with Ontario documents specifically. We'll be expanding shortly. But you can get your CVOR reports now. You can get your driver's abstracts as well, like your MVR as well. And then you can also get criminal record checks, and that's from any jurisdiction in Canada. And then you can all upload it immediately to your DriverVerified profile.
And you can put up pictures and other documents, certificate. And I think one thing that a lot of people look for is community involvement. I know when they're looking for, Driver of the Year or whatever award they might be doing, they're looking to see how you're in the community. So showing some of that community involvement is a great way to put it up.
Absolutely. Any experience that you have, we have sections for kind of certifications, certificates, and any file type as well. We want to make it as easy as possible. So it's all mobile friendly, and we accept any file type. Even if you just have a snapshot of a document that you save from your phone on your camera, that's all good.
And what about, does it have to be truck drivers? Can anybody get involved?
Yes, so any commercial drivers. It doesn't matter your license, because I know there's a lot of commercial drivers out there with G licenses. And there's if you're driving a vehicle over 4,500 kilos, that's considered a heavy commercial vehicle, and that makes you a commercial driver. So I especially encourage those G licensed drivers, because the insurers are, on that class in particular, insurers are really looking for a lot of proof of experience right now.
And actually, that's good for an employer too, because a lot of employers are looking to upgrade through their system. So if you're already in that system, you're doing good, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Good. So where do we go? DriverVerified.com?
That's right, DriverVerified.com. Yeah, whether you're a driver, owner-operator, if you're a company, and as a company, that can mean either you have a fleet of vehicles or even one commercial vehicle, or you hire any amount of commercial drivers as well. And then it's also for insurance brokers as well to interact with their clients and retain that information and get it all with driver approval, though. We always insist drivers consenting anytime their information's released.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, man. Good job. Good job. It's still free, right, to set up one?
Yeah.
Always free. That's what I like to see. Thanks, Caleb.